Hello
When
everyone.
you stand to pray,
We continue
God
with the
is
video.
listening.
This is part 2.
There's something powerful about that kind of access. In a world where people chase validation from others, where doors are closed unless you know the right people, here's a door that's always open. No secretary, no waiting list, just you and the Creator. And when you pray, you speak words that have been preserved for over 1,000 years, yet somehow they speak to exactly what you're going through right now. Because the Quran isn't just recited, it's lived. And when those verses leave the lips during prayer, they cut straight to the heart. And it's not just about speaking, it's about listening too. Prayer is a pause in the noise. It's a chance to hear what's going on inside, to hear the whispers of the soul. Because when the forehead touches the ground, when the heart bows lower than the body, that's when the real conversation begins. That's when the masks fall. That's when the questions rise. Who am I? Why am I here? What matters most? And in that silence between the words, there's clarity. That's why Muslims pray like this. It's not out of habit. It's out of need. Not because they have to, but because they get to. In a world that pulls people in every direction, prayer pulls them back to center. It's not just spiritual. It's emotional, mental, even physical grounding. It brings stillness when life gets loud. It brings peace when the world offers none. And every time they pray, they're reminded, God is near, not distant, not unreachable, but right there, closer than the heartbeat, ready to hear, ready to heal. The rhythm of Muslim prayer is tied directly to the rhythm of the day. It's not placed randomly or squeezed into convenience. It flows with the natural movement of time, beginning before the sun rises, pausing at midday, returning in the late afternoon, reflecting at sunset, and finishing deep into the night. Each prayer is like a checkpoint, a breath taken before the next wave of life hits. When the world is rushing forward, prayer says, pause. When people are buried in distractions, prayer calls them back. It's a rhythm that aligns not just with the clock, but with the soul. That first prayer, before the break of dawn, comes when the world is still silent. It's a time of reflection, when sleep is heavy but the spirit is light. To rise then, to wash and stand before God is not easy, and that's the point. It disciplines the heart. It tells the soul, you're in charge, not your comfort. It's the most peaceful moment of the day, a conversation with the Creator before the noise begins. The second prayer hits when the sun is highest, when the world is busiest. At the peak of the daily grind, Muslims are called to step back and remember what matters. While others chase the world, prayer reminds them of the one who controls it. Then comes the afternoon prayer, when energy dips and minds wander. That prayer brings focus. It realigns intention. It resets the soul before fatigue takes over. And just as the sun begins to set, the fourth prayer comes in. It captures the beauty of transition, from light to dark, from noise to calm. It's a moment of gratitude, a chance to reflect on what the day brought. Finally, here's a 30-second bedtime. It's the closing chapter, the final surrender. Whatever happened during the day, the victories, the mistakes, the tears, the laughter, is laid before God. This rhythm isn't just ritual. It trains the body and the mind. It teaches structure, but also surrender. In a world where people are pulled in every direction by deadlines, screens, and pressures, prayer brings them back to purpose. It creates moments of stillness within the storm, and that consistency becomes a source of peace. Before a Muslim prays, they perform a cleansing ritual called wudu. washing the hands, mouth, face, arms, and feet. This isn't just about physical cleanliness. It's a preparation of the soul. It's a way of washing off the world, the stress, the distractions, the negativity, before standing in front of the Creator. That act of purification is a reminder that prayer isn't just a habit. It's a meeting. And when you meet someone important, you don't come unprepared. You come clean, focused, and intentional. That's what wudu does. It clears away the noise and makes space for sincerity. Then the prayer begins, and with every movement, the heart is shaped. The words spoken aren't just memorized lines. They are healing verses. The body bows, the soul bends, the ego is humbled. Each time the forehead touches the ground, something heavy is lifted from the heart. It's not always loud or emotional on the outside, but inside, something shifts. Burdens are laid down. Fears are spoken in silence. Regrets are surrendered. And slowly, over time, prayer becomes less about the action and more about the transformation. Because the more a person prays, the more they begin to notice the difference between the person they were and the person they're becoming. The sharp edges get smoother. The anger gets quieter. The impatience turns into peace. That's not accidental. That's the effect of standing 5 times a day in front of the one who knows you better than you know yourself. In those moments of surrender, the heart softens. The mistakes don't define you. They teach you. The guilt doesn't weigh you down. It guides you back. It's a spiritual cleanse. Over and over again, prayer is a reset button. No matter what the day brings, no matter how far you've drifted, it pulls you back. It's God saying, I still want to hear from you. And the more you return, the more your heart feels it. That's how change begins. Not in one big moment, but in small, consistent steps. Prayer chips away at the darkness inside. It doesn't erase pain, but it puts it in perspective. It doesn't promise a storm-free life, but it gives you shelter. And over time, the heart that was once heavy starts to feel light again. When millions of Muslims around the world pray, they all face one direction, the Kaaba in Mecca. No matter where they are on the planet, they align their bodies and their hearts toward the same point. That simple act of facing a single direction is more than just geographical. It's spiritual alignment. It's unity with purpose. It's a reminder that life is not random, that worship has direction, that the soul is not wandering aimlessly. When you stand shoulder to shoulder in prayer and face the same point as someone halfway across the world, it becomes clear you are part of something bigger than yourself. It doesn't matter if you're praying in a desert, in a prison, in a palace, or in a busy city, you're not alone. You are standing in line with a brother in Indonesia, a sister in Nigeria, and an elder in Turkey, a child in America. One ummah, one body, one prayer, one God. And 5 times a day, no matter what's going on, whether there's war or peace, joy or grief, this connection.
Thank you, everyone. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really liked it. It was beautiful. You have a wonderful day, and as always, thank you for watching. Thank you.